Hey everyone, welcome back to M&M Miles. This is Manmohit. Now, guys, in today's video, I am going to share with you all one of the cue cards from your IELTS speaking module. And this video is for those students who are aiming for a band 7. So if you are someone who's aiming for band 7, this video is definitely going to be for you because I would be sharing with you an exam question and a proper sample answer. Now, I'm not encouraging you to memorize this answer, but at least watch this video and understand that answer that I'm going to share just for your reference as to what does it take to actually get a band 7 in the IELTS speaking module. And then you can also refer to some words from the sample answer that I would be sharing and then try to create your own response to see if you are able to get somewhat similar to what I am sharing in this video so that you can also make sure to get a band 7 in your IELTS speaking. Without wasting any further ado, let's dive right into it. Now, the question that we are going to discuss is describe. Now, this is an exam question, definitely tested in the real exam quite a few times. Describe a memorable holiday you have had. Now, it is giving us 4 questions, and we know in the IELTS speaking that whatever questions that they're asking us, we have to make sure we cover all the questions. Because even if you miss one question out of the lot, afterwards, it does not matter if you had an exceptional level of vocabulary and grammar and your speaking was flawless. All those things will not matter at all. If you miss any one of these questions, you can never get a band 7. So we just have to make sure we answer all the 4 questions. And you do get that preparation time before you actually have to speak for your cue card. And that's when they would be giving you some notepad and a pen or a pencil where you can take some notes before that. And you can make some notes in some bullet points just so that you can refer to your notes while speaking your answer to make sure you do not miss any of the given questions. Now, what it is asking us, first it is asking us to describe a memorable holiday you have had, and 4 things they're asking us is where you went, so we have to mention a name of the place, who you went with, so you have to mention if you, now even if you want to say that I went by myself, that's absolutely fine. All they want to know is who you went with. It could just be you went by yourself. There was no one else with you because of work and other commitments. So I made this solo trip. It's absolutely fine and acceptable answer. What you did during the holiday. So you have to describe few activities that you did during that holiday, and finally explain why was it memorable to you. So you might have to list few things as to what stood out in that particular holiday which you will cherish for the rest of your life and you're grateful for that, and all those things. It could just be as simple as the local cuisine that you tried in a different country or a different city. It could be the people you met over there. It could be the activities that you did that made your trip memorable and you will never forget it for the rest of your life. It is all what you want to say. Content does not matter. It's all about your flow of the language, your vocabulary, your grammar, your pronunciation of the words, your coherence. All these things have to come together in order for you to achieve a band 7. Now I'm going to share with you a sample answer that I have written, and then you can refer to a few of the words from there, or you can simply just go through that entire answer and then try to create something of your own to see if you can also get somewhat close. Now, first one, where did you go? So I'm talking about Bali because that's one of the trips that I actually did in my life. So I'm going to talk about that. And this is what I always recommend to all our students is to always speak from your experience, because when you speak from your experience it makes your answer a lot easier because you've already done that thing, and now it's easier for you to refer to those bullet points because you actually did those things and you're not just creating something on the spot. Now if you have never been to any sort of trips in your life before, that's again fine. You can then create something on the spot. Let's say I have never been to, for example, America, but if I want to give and describe about my memorable trip to America, I can certainly do. I can still list all these things that I'm listing over here, which I did in Bali, but I can just change the name of the city and I can just say America. Or if I would have watched any documentary or seen any YouTube videos on America, what to expect when I go there, absolutely fine. You can create something on the spot. Now, one of the most memorable holidays, so here I'm describing where I went. One of the most memorable holidays I've had was a trip to Bali, Indonesia, with my family a couple of years ago. So instead of just saying I went to Bali few years ago, I elaborated my sentence because I'm aiming for a band 7. And I've also used these good phrases. I have had. All these good complex phrases will also help you to get that extra band that you're aiming for. So we have to have those complex vocabulary, complex lexical resource, all these words together to get a better band score. Now, afterwards, instead of moving to the next question, I have described about Bali a bit more just to elaborate my answer. Always remember, have an aim of speaking for about 2 minutes. Unless examiner stops you, you should technically not be stopping to speak your answer, because if you finish your answer in 1 minute, examiner will just ask you to push through. They will still ask you to keep speaking because they have to meet the minimal time that they have allotted. So never stop speaking and have the examiner ask you to speak more, because then that will put you under a lot of pressure and anxiety. But rather keep speaking and let examiner stop you. Or let's do a balanced approach and have a habit of speaking your cue card for about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, which is an ideal amount of response. So I'll describe about Bali a bit more. I'll say Bali is a beautiful island known for its stunning beaches, lush landscapes, and vibrant culture. All these three are good collocations. You can even memorize those, because afterwards, whenever you talk about beaches, you can say stunning beaches. Whenever you talk about landscapes, you can say lush landscapes. Whenever you talk about culture, you can say vibrant culture. All these are good collocations. You can even write them down in your notebook. We decided to visit during the summer holidays to escape the hustle and bustle of city life and unwind in a tropical paradise. So instead of using the word Bali again, I described what Bali is. It's a tropical paradise. So I use that word to have a vibrant amount of vocabulary words, to have an extensive words that I can use to get that band 7 that I'm aiming for. So what I have done in this paragraph is I've answered my question 1. Let's move on to the next one. So next question was who you went with. So now I'm describing about who I went with. So I say I went on this trip with my parents and younger brother, and it was our first time traveling together as a family in several years. Now they did not ask you that it was your first time traveling in so many years, but you gave this information to elaborate your answer and have, again, giving them a good amount of information that you have, and trying to expand your answer by giving different set of variety of different words. Then we stayed at a resort in the town of Ubud, nestled amidst rice paddies and tropical forests. Again, these are collocation. Rice paddies. Now, what's rice paddies? That's those fields which you see which have got the rice already planted in them, which are filled with water. They are rice paddies. And then tropical forests, which are part of the Bali culture. If you actually visit Bali, you will see a lot of different forests. It's all greenery over there. And I'm just describing all these things from my experience. Now, I've answered 2 questions. My third question is what you did during the holidays. So now I have to describe about the things that I actually did. It could be the activities that I did. It could be snorkeling, scuba diving, all these activities that I actually did. And then it could be the cuisines that I tried. Could be anything. Let's see what I have got over here. So these are the things that I did. During our holiday, we explored the island's attractions, which included iconic temples, picturesque rice terraces, and pristine beaches. Pristine means fresh, clean beaches. Again, these are good collocations. You can write them down in your notebook. Pristine beaches, picturesque rice terraces, iconic temples. We also indulged in various outdoor activities, which Bali is famous for, such as scuba diving, hiking, and cycling. You can mention few more if you want, but then 2 or 3 are absolutely more than enough. Immersing ourselves in the natural beauty and rich culture of Bali. So, see, vocabulary doesn't mean you have to use those complex words which you do not even know the meaning of. It's not about that. Yes, you do need to have few complex words instead of just using the very simple words, but vocabulary is much more than that. Vocabulary is about those words, plus at the same time, it's about using those complex sentences. Now, if you read out my last sentence, I did not just say we immerse ourselves in the natural beauty. I did not create a separate sentence, but I had one sentence long and connected it in a way that it made sense. I explained about various outdoor activities, and then I said immersing ourselves in the natural beauty and rich culture of Bali. So these are those things which will enhance your and boost your scores in the vocabulary portion of your exam, and obviously will boost your band score as well at the same time. Now, I've answered 3 questions. What did I do during the holiday? My last question is, explain why was it memorable for you? So what stood out for me? So let's see. So this is how I would be wrapping up my answer. What made this holiday particularly memorable for me was the quality time spent with my family. So instead of mentioning about the activities or the cuisine and stuff, I started by saying that because I went with my family, so that family time mattered to me the most. Away from the distractions of work and other things, we bonded over shared experiences, like all the activities that we did, laughter, and heartfelt conversations that we have had. Whether it was watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean or sampling exotic Balinese cuisine, every moment spent together created cherished memories that I will always treasure. So I gave a bit of everything. So I explained about the quality time that I spent with my family. At the same time, I also mentioned about watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean or having those exotic Balinese cuisines, different things, just to have a bit more variety in my content. And last paragraph, moreover, remember I'm starting my sentence with the word moreover. All these additional connectors that you're adding at the very beginning, they definitely help you in gaining more band, because with this you are telling that examiner that you do not just have the basic knowledge of English and you can not just only understand and speak it out, but you actually can make complex sentences on the spot. If you have to give a paragraph which is of an opposing view, of an opposite view, then you can start a paragraph with however. If I'm adding more information to the same paragraph, you can use the words like moreover. Very important. Moreover, Bali left a lasting impression on me with its warm hospitality and spiritual ambience. And that is absolutely true about Bali. So I'm not creating anything from my side. That is exactly what happened. The kindness of the local people and the peacefulness of the island touched my heart and inculcated a sense of gratitude and appreciation for life's simplicity. Again, you can memorize few of those words because they are those general words which not only you can use in this kind of question, but any other question you get, you can try to use these words. Inculcated, a sense of gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful, and appreciation for life's simplicity, for life's simple things. And this is how I would end my answer. So all these paragraphs that I've just gone through, if you speak all of them, you should easily be able to speak between 1.5 to 2 minutes of your response. And that is plenty of words, a lot of response that you need in order to get a band 7 in your IELTS speaking section. This is what I wanted to share in this particular video. I hope it was helpful. Do make sure you watch this video multiple times just so that you can refer to a few ideas that I've shared in that, and definitely take a good note of those collocation words that I've shared in that, complex sentences, complex phrases that I've shared in them, which not only in this particular question, but any other question you get, you can try to use them, use those phrases and words in the other paragraphs too. If you have any sort of questions, please feel free to put them down in the comments down below, and me and Mohit will answer all of you guys as quickly as possible. If you want us to make a video on a certain topic, if you are struggling in a certain cue card, you can again mention that in the comments down below, and I can make a video on the basis of that, giving you a proper response, band 7, band 8, even a band 9 for the IELTS speaking module. Guys, all the best if you have got your exams coming soon. Stay safe wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next video.